my name is Heidi with Perfectly Imperfect Yoga. I am going to be recording this for my students, but if you have found your way to this, then it is for you as well. Today, we'll be doing the joint freeing series, which you can find all over the internet. And it was sort of compiled and popularized by Mukunda Stiles. This is what you can find all over the internet. It is a floor version of the joint freeing series. But I often teach people who do yoga in chairs. And I'm offering this also to people who may have smaller spaces or be doing some of these things maybe at work. It is an amazing series that can help your entire body. What I would like to offer is that, and this is what I offer to all of my students, is that you know your body best. So if something does not work for you, please make it work for you. Decide to step back from it, decide to skip it. But practice in a safe way for your body. Okay, now in the beginning of all of my videos, I'm usually wearing a shirt of an organization that I support. So today, the shirt is the Accessible Yoga Association. And it's just an amazing organization that supports many, many people that are teaching yoga to people who typically may not feel comfortable in a traditional studio environment for many, many reasons. So that is something that is very close to my heart. So I am a member of this organization, and I'm very, very supportive of them. You can check them out, again, all over the internet. So let's get to work. So the first thing that we're going to do, and so you can just extend your foot out, or at any point, if you wish to have something to rest on, you can put a block or two blocks, a stool, some books, whatever it is that works for you. I'm going to angle off, and this is just so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. You can stay towards the front. We always start in our seated mountain pose. So we press down through our seat and our feet, and then lift up out of our hips, extending up through the top of our head. Nice and elongated. And like I said, I'm going to turn so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. Maintaining that extension upward as much as you can. We'll begin by pointing our toes, curling the toes forward, and then maybe on an inhale, flexing the foot, bringing the toes back toward our body. I'm just doing this one or two times. You can do it with both. If you're pressed for time, you can do it with both feet at the same time, or one foot at a time. When I flex my foot and bring the toes back, I also like to spread the toes wide apart and feel the bottom of my feet. So maybe you might like that too. Right, the next thing that we'll do is now we want both feet up, or it can be on a floor. And I think this one you might be able to see best if it's straight on. Make sure you have a sturdy foundation on your chair. Again, lifting up. Our toes are up, and we bring the soles of our feet toward each other. And then away. Maybe it's a little harder for me to keep my toes up. We do what we can. Feet together, feet away. Soles of the feet away. Together and away. And we'll do that one more time. You can do these as many times as this feels good for you. There may be something that really works for you. You can do this at any time of the day. So now lift our feet up. I'm doing both. just to make this video a little shorter for you, but you can do feet one at a time. You can rotate the ankles so they're coming inward. And then out. So if you're choosing to do one at a time, you can pause, keep going. Even if you chose to do both at the same time, you can pause and keep going, because I know that one feels really good for me. We'll bring our feet back down. I'm going to bring the block out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to turn my chair so you can see what I'm doing. You don't have to. Stay as you are. I'm coming back into my seated mountain pose. I'm extending my leg out straight, pressing through the heel, and then inhaling, lifting up. Sometimes it's easier if I hold on. Or sometimes it's easier without holding on. When we come back, we inhale, knee up, press the heel out, inhale up, and press the heel out. And then come back. Center. So now we'll bring one foot out, toes up again, and we'll rotate the leg all the way up to the hip, just as much as you can. So if you're not rotating as far as I am, that's not a big deal. But then as far as you rotate your entire leg, you bring the toes out, rotate it back in, and bring the toes in. You want to hold on to the chair again. And we'll do it one more time. Back, other side, leg is out, rotate so that the toes are out. You're rotating all the way up. You find that it's easier to do this sitting forward a little bit, that's fine. Maybe hold on to the chair. I like to be on a firm base. One more time. I think I lost count there. We may have done an extra one on this side. So the next one, I'm going to turn again. See what I'm doing. I just want to do cat cow in the chair. So I like to sit all the way back. I like to bring my hands down or bring my hands onto my thighs. And then we'll inhale, we'll arch the back. You can move a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Arch the back. And exhale, round the back. Again, if it feels a little bit better to be a little bit more forward on the chair, if you feel like you're running into the back of the chair. So what we're really trying to do is work right here. We don't need to be going like this. So just keep the back of the neck long. Beautiful. We'll work with our hips side to side. So you can kind of shift hips off to the side, back up, kind of leaning, but sticking the hips out. So, and if you notice, I'm holding on. Trying not to twist. I'm just in one way, the other, getting a little bit of movement. Back to center and back to center. Now we'll start to work with the wrists and the arms, shoulders. We bring our hands out, put the fingers down and up, down and up. When I do this, I tend to round forward. So I try to make that reconnect and lift, then bring my shoulders up, back and down, down and up. And see if that makes a difference for you. See if you feel that difference. Right. We can make small fists, rotate in one direction. And the other. Keeping the arms still, the shoulders still, just moving the wrists. If you hear crackling, that's completely normal. Completely typical, completely what I hear all the time with my wrists. All right, now we'll bring our hands kind of palms up like we're holding a platter. Again, I'm gonna bring my shoulders back a little bit, lift up my chest, and spread my fingers wide apart. Just like I did with my toes, feel center. And bring the fingers back together, turn them out, trying to keep the hands flat, and then in, out, and in, out, and in. This one makes me laugh because it's a challenge for me. Now we bring our fingertips to our thumb. Arms are still out. We bring the fingertips back to our shoulders. Elbows pointing forward, forward, and back, forward, and back. If you get tired in the middle, let's shake it out and start again. And this time that we're back, we bring our elbows out to the sides and then forward, out, and forward, out, and forward. Last one. This time it's out, hands up, fingers to the ceiling, hands down, palms behind us, fingers to the floor. And release. Next one is my favorite. I add a little something to it. So start with our palms facing in. And we inhale our arms up like a V. So it can be a really wide V. You want to feel the strength in your upper back. So feel that that's lifting your arms up. And then we exhale and bring our arms back. Up and back. And what I add, because I like to have some hip hinging, especially when we're doing this in a chair. I find a comfortable place for my feet. So for me, that's a little wider. For you, it may be more into the center. And then I do that same thing. Up. And when I go back, this is optional, I hinge forward. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge forward. To me, I can really feel that extension from my seat to the top of my head. Nice long spine. I like to coordinate it with my breath, inhaling up and exhaling forward. And we can come on back. I want to make sure I'm looking because I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything for you. So the next thing that we'll do is we'll lift our chest, bring the shoulder blades together, and then we'll broaden the chest. And lift the chest and feel, bring the shoulder blades together. And then broaden and kind of round the back. So if you have a condition where your doctor doesn't want you rounding your back like this, then just try to lift and then come back to normal and feel the difference between this shoulder blades together lifting and then kind of spreading those shoulder blades apart. Flexing back, extending. Good. It's always nice to stop. I know I'm kind of rushing through this, but I really like to stop after each one and pause to notice, reflect on the difference between maybe extending upward and hinging forward. So you're welcome to pause after each one and just notice your body, notice the changes in your body. So we'll flex to the side now. So we did back flexion and extension. Now we're going to hinge to the side. So for this one, I like to bring my feet in a little closer together and hold on to the chair. It gives me space to hold on. For you, just find your comfortable position and then we can lean over. If you want to move your arm up, some people like to do that. We're really not wanting to crunch too much. We're wanting to lift up and then hinge over. And come back up to center. And lift up and hinge over. And I'm trying to reach with the top of my head. Press down with my seat. Come. And hinge over. Again, you can add your arm. Maybe that helps you to feel that extension. So this next one, we really want to make sure we're going to be twisting. So we really want to make sure, one, kind of scoot back and have, keep ourselves kind of pressed down into the chair and not have a really mobile seat, but lift up through the torso. And we're going to be turning, so we'll turn the torso. And sometimes that means we don't go very far, but it's a lot better than turning way down here. We lift up and turn the torso even just a little bit. So we can reach back, reach on the outside of the knee, and lift up. And as we're extended up, turn the torso. If we want to go farther, we can lift up some more and turn the torso. And then once we've turned our torso as far as is comfortable, we don't want to feel strained right now. We want to feel just like we're getting a little twist. If you want, you can turn the head. Or you can keep it right here and come on back. So if you're like me, you've kind of lost that extension. So we're going to press down to lift up again, reach back, and then turn the torso. Maybe lift up, see if you can turn the torso a little more. And it's not about how far you turn. It really isn't. You don't want to strain just to go more. If you want to turn your head, you can. And then we return the head back and to center. So the last part is movement of the head and the neck. So we can look to one side and the other. One side and the other. One side and the other. And then come back forward. Then what I like to do, I don't like to go all the way around. So I just like to do a U. To one side, U to the other side. You might want to go very slowly. And just notice where you feel this. And then come back to center. So you don't have to do all of this, the same repetitions that I've done. I haven't done actually a consistent number because I'm just trying to show you some things that you can do. And you can do this all in one sitting, or you can take little pieces of it and add it to parts of your day. Maybe if you're sitting at a desk or if you're watching TV. Maybe some of them can be done in a car, but please be safe with that. If you're going to travel, go on an airplane, maybe do an extra set. So just take what you need from this. And my yoga teachers told me to do this every single day. And I don't necessarily do it every single day, but I do try to put bits and pieces of it in every yoga class I teach. So as much as you can incorporate this into your life, I think the better you will feel. So thank you so much. This is Heidi with Perfectly Imperfect Yoga.